gentlemen, good evening. Brothers and sisters, good evening.
You respect that. You respect that.
To Lowlands. You are within, you are in the electoral district of Lambeau, Lowlands. You are here tonight to endorse, to support the candidate for Lambeau, Lowlands, Wayne Was Clark. Brothers and sisters, let's stand for the playing of the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. At the end of the playing of the national anthem, please remain standing as Brother Henry Smith leads us in prayer.
Let us pray. O kind and heavenly Father, this evening we thank you for spare lives that we can gather at this spot of ground. And Father God, as we go ahead with our meeting this evening, I ask your guidance upon every speaker this evening and everybody assembled. Father God, continue to bless us and keep us as we liberate this evening. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Smith. TP people! TPP crew! Where are they? All are coming! Coming! All are coming! We are in Lambeau, Lowlands. All are coming! We are in Lowlands tonight. Let me acknowledge the political leader. All are coming! All are coming! Let me acknowledge the political leader of the Tobago People's Party, the Honorable Fali Chavez Augustine, who is also the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the Chairman of the TPP, Ms. Ann Natasha II, the Deputy Political Leaders, Dr. Faith Brebner, Mrs. Natisha Charles Pantin, and Mr. Trevor Williamson James, and all other members of the executive of the TPP. Let me also welcome all the candidates who are on the slate of the TPP to face the polls on January 12th from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Brothers and sisters, the blue wave has moved in to Lambeau Lowlands, and we are here to give full support, 100% plus VAT, to Brother Wayne Was Clark. DJ. I want you to do something for me. I want all of you to come from where you are. I want you to obey this song. Come in. Come in and meet me at the front here. Come in. And as you come in, I want you, as you walk towards the front, I want you to are afraid. We are not afraid to be associated with the TPP. We are not afraid to be associated with the anchor. We boldly say we are associated with this blue wave.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect
Tobago, you're still 60,000 strong. You're still 60,000 strong. And brothers and sisters, we have come as the TPP tonight. Lambeau, Lowlands, you have had a good assemblyman the last 4 years. And we are here because 1, 2, and that is what our candidate deserves in this THA. Brothers and sisters, I now want to ask to come to the podium Mr. Darren Henry. Darren Henry, the candidate for Bethel, New Grange. Come, Darren. Come. TPP people, come in.
This is the people's choice. Oh, we somebody don't need what when election time come, you know who we endorse. The man with the vision, the power, the force. From Lowlands to Waterhole, hear the call. Darren Henry will stand up tall. We step out with the banner, the colors you see. Vote for progress, vote TPP. Unity is strength, let nobody divide. This is the champion, we ride with pride. They better New Grange, make the change. Darren Henry, fix the old range. Mark your ballot, don't waste your pick. TPP, we do the trick. They better New Grange.
Good night, my TPP family. Good night, my TPP family. I have a little exercise for y'all tonight. So hear me. When I say when, you say was. All with me? When I say when, you say when. That is the man we're voting for on the 12th of January.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect
Please allow me to stand on the already established protocols. We gather here tonight united by one belief, and that belief is Tobago is we. All a song like all and believe it. Tobago is. This is not just a slogan. It is a responsibility. It means that every decision we make, we must protect, preserve, and sustainably manage the resources that define who we are as Tobagonians. We speak about sustainable resources. We are speaking about Tobago's future. Sustainability means meeting our needs today while ensuring that the future generation needs are met. If Tobago is we, then our land, our water, our energy, and our environment belongs to us. And our choices must reflect that shared ownership. Sustainable resources include clean water, fertile land, renewable energy, such as solar, wind, and healthy ecosystems. These are resources that can continue to serve us once they are managed responsibly. If we misuse them, we lose them. If we manage them wisely, we secure long-term economic stability, environmental protection, and social well-being. To the young people of Lowlands, Lambeau, and across Tobago, this message is especially for you. Tobago is we, and that means the future belongs to you.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
You are not too young to be part of the solution across the world. Young people are leading innovation in renewable energy, environmental protection, and sustainable agriculture. And Tobago needs that same energy and vision right here at home. Sustainability begins with education and awareness. When young people understand how resources work, how they can be depleted, and how they can be protected, they make better decisions as citizens, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. When we educate one young person, we strengthen the entire community. Sustainable resource management must be practical. It means investing in renewable energy. With this TPP administration, we will implement incentives and subsidies to encourage the adoption of solar and other renewable resources, aiming to reduce Tobago's carbon footprint and the reliance on fossil fuel by 50% in the next decade. This is not just good for the environment, it is good for your own pocket, your children, and generation to come. To achieve this, a Tobago Energy Transition Program is planned. This means job for Tobagonians, local contractors, technicians, engineers, and young people also will be trained and employed right here at home. And it's not no small money work. These things, these are highly paid jobs. Already, we have issued a clear term of reference inviting proposal from eligible vendors. Ladies and gentlemen, young people, that means we are, ladies and gentlemen, young people, that means we are ready. We are serious about moving forward. We want more persons to use solar water heaters. We must use our water and land more efficiently, supporting green jobs and innovation, and protecting our natural environment. For tourism, agriculture, and livelihoods, we will implement a wastewater management system and also focus on recycling of plastic, glass, paper, and metals. The goal is to reduce the landfill waste by 40% by 2030. We will also look at composting. Have you all ever noticed all the grass that have been cut along the roadways, all the tree branches, all the trees that Tiantec and Forestry cut? What happens to them? Those are valuable. If you make a compost, that could earn us some money. Here in Lambeau Lowlands, sustainability means stronger community, resilient livelihood, and a cleaner, healthier environment. When we protect our resources, we protect our people also. Because Tobago is we. Not for some of us, not for a few of us, but for all of us.
You respect that? You respect that?
Another area of focus, we will conserve marine and coastal ecosystems by establishing protected marine areas and enforcing regulation to protect overfishing and coral reef degradation. Why? Why? To preserve Tobago's biodiversity and sustainably manage our fishing industry. We will achieve this by doing an assessment of the coastal dynamics in Milford Bay to Sandy Point, construction of groins and beach nourishment in Milford Bay. Groins are some concrete structures that you put along the beach, and that prevents beach erosion. And beach nourishment is basically you're adding back sand to areas that are losing sand rapidly. This is not just a plan, it's a promise to protect our island, a promise to empower our people, a promise to secure Tobago's future. Tobago is we. We can build a future that is strong and smart and sustainable. I thank you. So on January 12th, which is just around the corner, we're going out Lowlands Lambeau, and we are supporting Wayne Was Clark. So we're putting our X by the, where we putting our X? By the anchor, because the anchor holds. The anchor holds. So on the 12th of January, we're going out Lowlands Lambeau, and we are supporting Wayne Was Clark. We are putting our X by the anchor, because Tobago is Pleasant good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger.
Of
Spend time
course.
going rub it all over.
Yes.
Get money together. I come out to dirty my finger.
Thank you, Brother Darren Henry. You know Lambeau Lowlands? It's Lambeau Lowlands. Part among Pleasant and goes all the way down to a part of Canaan. So it's a vast area. So we're saying good night to all of you who are here. Those who are listening to us or viewing us on all the social media platforms. Welcome to the home of the TPP. Brothers and sisters, you know we talk about Wayne Macaulay Clark. Macaulay Clark. Wayne Macaulay Clark. And as one candidate say, I like to call the whole government name. You know, we affectionately know him as WASP. And when you think of a WASP, you think of a sting. Sometimes it doesn't stay, it stings and goes. And when I thought of coming tonight, I remember that quote that is often ascribed to Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
And he stung in December 2021. And I'm sure he still has the stinging effect. It has not diminished over the last 4 years. In fact, I think all the work that he put in this district over the last 4 years has sharpened the sting.
You respect that? You respect
Whoever
that?
is in his way,
You go learn.
come they go learn.
You go learn.
They go learn.
You go learn. Learn.
Brothers and sisters, put your hands and let us welcome to the podium the candidate for Bonaccord Crown Point, Nikita Raymond Percy.
Selector, turn up the rhythm. Milford Court, Far Roads, Lava Ground, Silk Cotton, Merchant Man Drive, the whole of Bonaccord Crown Point. This is the sound. One love, one mission. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hear the call of the people, the voice loud and clear. Bonaccord Crown Point, we cast out the fear. Nikita Percy, him step up to the task. A new day a dawn, no time to wear a mask. From the ground, him rise up. A true man of the style. Ready to put in the work, ready for the tile. The TPP banner, wave it up high, let me see. Him a go represent for you and for me. Oh, bounty on a mission, you hear the people chanting. Step up to the table, no more separating. Bonaccord Crown Point, we stand for the right. With a vote for the future, we igniting the light. From Milford Court to Lava Ground, we feeling the vibe. It's a mandate, a progress, a progress, a progress, a progress.
Lambeau Lowlands, good night. Allow me to stand on all protocols already observed. Let me say a happy new year firstly to everyone that is here tonight. And thank you for coming out on this cold night and giving us that support. Brothers and sisters, in sports, we are all drawn to stories of the underdogs. Not because they are perfect, but because they are real. We cheer for the ones who start with little, who are counted out early, who don't look the part, who don't sound the part, and who don't come with fancy credentials and uniform. Yet through grit, sacrifice, and relentless effort, they rise and become successful. Today I stand before you to endorse a man whose life is that very story. My brother Wayne Clark, representative for the district of Lambeau Lowlands.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
Wayne Clark has never pretended to be something he is not. He speaks openly about his humble beginnings. He will tell you himself that he was not one of the best speakers, He never hold any academic degree. And certainly, he's not someone who had ever imagined that he would one day hold the office of an assemblyman. But just like many great athletes, what he may have lacked on paper, he made up for in heart, commitment, and unwavering work ethics.
You respect that? You respect that?
Sport teaches us the strength to keep going when the odds are against you. When you fall short, when you lose a game, you give everything to win. Wayne Clark understands the lessons deeply. His journey has never been easy, but he kept showing up. He kept believing, and most importantly, he kept serving. That resilience is what makes him dependable, because you know he will not quit on you, his people, in times when it gets rough. Sports teaches us discipline, the willingness to put in the work day after day, long before anyone was watching. Wayne is not a fair weather representative. He is always on the ground, always in the communities, always on the field. He listens more than he speaks, and he works more than he boasts. That kind of discipline cannot be taught in classrooms. It is forged through the life that he lived and the experience that you get. Sports also teaches teamwork and leadership. A true leader knows that success is never a solo effort. Wayne Clark is a team player in every sense of the word. He respects the voice of the people, values collaboration, and understands the leadership is about lifting others, not elevating yourself. He does not see himself above people. He sees himself among them.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
Perhaps most importantly, sports teaches sportsmanship, humility, respect, and service. Despite all he has achieved, Wayne remained grounded. His passion for sports is not just about competition. It is about transformation. He believed deeply in the power of sports changing lives, to shape character, to give young children and youth a sense of purpose, direction, and hope. That is not just a vision, it is a game plan. Wayne Clark knows that sport builds perseverance, discipline, confidence, and leadership because he has lived it. He knows that when you invest in youths and young people through sports, you are investing in a stronger, more disciplined communities and a stronger Tobago. Like the underdog who earned his place not through hype, but through hard work, Wayne Clark has proven himself through action. He leads with humility, serves with passion, and stands firm with the people of Lambeau Lowlands. This kind of representation you will only have with the Tobago Party, the Tobago People's Party. That is why I am proud to give my endorsement and my support to Wayne Clark, because he represents the very values we celebrate on the field and desperately need in public office: resilience, discipline, honesty, teamwork, leadership, perseverance, and heart. He is not just playing the game for politics. He is playing the game for a better and the betterment of our people. So tonight, let's remember what every sport fan knows in their bones. Championships aren't won on the sidelines. They are won by showing up, putting in the effort, and believing in the team and its leader. Lambeau Lowlands, this is your moment to step onto the field, to back a leader who plays with heart, discipline, and commitment. On January 12th, when you vote, when you stand together, and when you support Wayne Clark, that the final score will be one we can celebrate together. Let's show up, let's make our voices heard, and let's win this together. I want to speak briefly about one of the focus policies, which is sustainable tourism. Sustainable tourism in Tobago focuses on boosting local economies with regional and village community to ensure their prosperity. These economies are defined by their geographic scope, services, experience, and natural and built heritage. Allow me to touch on just 2 sustainable tourism areas. And I want you to pay attention to these because this is where it comes home for everyone. Enhanced infrastructure. When we talk about enhanced infrastructure, we are speaking specifically to ensure that we provide proper roads, airports, and ports for seamless connectivity and accessibility for tourists. And let me just bring it down to layman words so you can understand all our words I just call it. Now, when we talk about enhanced roads and proper ports and airport, we have something that is happening year after year after year after year. And they seem to ignore us in Tobago here. I had an experience with some people coming in on a flight. These people landed 7:10 in the morning, a.m. They never get on a flight until 7:50 p.m. that night. How can we be talking about tourism and boosting tourism and enhancing this island, this greatest little island that we want to build, and we can't fix these little small problems? It is time that we in Tobago stand up as Tobagonians and say, hey, enough is enough. We need to fix this. You can't tell we can't get boat to come from port to port to bring passengers and bring goods, and we want to talk about feeding tourists. You can't tell me that a tourist had to pay from wherever they are and reach to Trinidad and wait a whole day to come to Tobago. Why? Why is that so? We need to enhance on all these things. So when we talk about infrastructure, infrastructural development, we had to start from right there. Let me start from the seaports and the airport. Let me fix those things first. Enough is enough. And we're sending that message tonight. Let them know we need it fixed because we are building the greatest little planet across here in Tobago. These enhancement, infrastructural development also speak to the enhancement of existing facilities such as the Tobago Beach Facility and the Boku Beach Facility. It also focuses on building new modern hotels that will support the growth of tourism. And when we think about the growth that is taking place in Tobago, we just had one of the greatest carnivals that ever passed on the island. And somebody complains, well, boy, we can't find room. We can't find car rental. We can't find this. We need to lift our game as a people. We need to prepare for the prosperity that is coming. You see, when God gave this leader of the TPP the vision to go forward, he didn't give him from himself. He gave him to share with you all. And if he shared this with you, you now have to catch this vision and see things happening down the road and not only right here. So what we have to do now is start to build places, get rooms. And we ain't talking about any just go and throw up a 2x4 room. We want modernized things. You understand? We want the 21st century hotels. We want things that the millionaires and the billionaires will see now, boy, I go down there, I could stay by that place, I could enjoy this island. Those are the things that we are speaking about when we talk about enhancing and enhance infrastructure. The second point I want to touch on is diversifying tourism offerings. We are so blessed as an island. We are so blessed as a people. The landscape of our island provides us with the ability to offer a vast amount of tourist opportunities, some of which are ecotourism, cultural experiences, and adventure travel, just to name a few. And the reason why we're talking about diversifying our tourism, I'll give you a layman example. Let me say we live right here in Lowlands. You get up in the morning and say, no, boy, I need some groceries. You know the shop on the corner, can't give you everything you want. You might get kiss cake, bourbon, some little solo, and them kind of thing that might be in the parlor. But you think about 2 miles up the road, if I go by that supermarket, I go in and get everything. When somebody's shopping online for a vacation destination, you know what they think about? Where can I get everything that I want to do? You feel like going by the parlor? They're going by the parlor. They're going by the supermarket where they know to get everything. So our island now has to diversify our tourism and offer these people so many different things. When they reach here, they must get fed up. They say, nah, too much stores. You know, too much hotels to visit, too much bars. We need to expand on our diversify on our tourism offering. we have already started to explore water tourism. For the first time on our island, we had the Dutch Diving Tournament in Charlottesville. We can now look at introducing our water sport on the island, such as water volleyball tournaments, open water swimming, rowing, dragon boat racing, and boat regattas. All these different things is what will sell Tobago. We need to package Tobago. And if we want to become the greatest little island on the planet, we need to let people see Tobago as different.
You respect that? You respect that?
As I prepare to leave the stage, I just want to leave you with something. And I want you to listen to me very carefully. For the very first time in a very long while of politics, we have the opportunity where we could say, this is our party. A Tobago-based, a Tobago-born, a Tobago-bred party. This ain't nobody party, no. This is we. Tobago is we. And if this is ours, if this is ours, we need to treat it as our party. Go around telling your neighbor, hey.
You respect that?
The leaders here in TPP have your interests at heart. Where are we going to put our next color for? If them looking out for your good, you don't want to look out for your own good? This is Tobago. And if Tobago is we have to step up. If we want to build the greatest little island on the planet, we have to do it. Not somebody else. We have to build what we want. We have to determine what Tobago wants. I leave you tonight. The 12th of January, you decide what you want for Tobago. Because I know Tobago is we. Thank you.
Get them the anchor, get them, we go get them the anchor, get them the anchor, get them, we go get them the anchor.
Lambeau, Lowlands. You just heard from Bonaccord from Point. So let me hear it. It's gonna have trouble where? In Lambeau. It's gonna have trouble
Get them the
in
anchor,
Lowlands.
get them, we go get them the anchor, get them.
When you people in Lambeau Lowlands come out to vote on January 12th, there is only one candidate to be considered. Wayne Clark. The symbol is the anchor. You put your X firmly
This election,
next to the anchor.
problems,
And brothers and sisters, is once you put in an X. Only one X. You're not putting two. You're not putting three. Because then it becomes a spoiled ballot. And you therefore have not voted for Brother Wasp. So it's one. Firmly. One in the space. Fit it nice within the lines. Press it down firmly. Lift it up. And say, job well done. I put it there, let them take it off if they could. I put it there for Wasp. And there it shall be. And there it shall be counted from 601. And they will count and say, Wayne Clark 1, Wayne Clark 2, Wayne Clark 3, Wayne Clark 4, Wayne Clark 5, Wayne Clark 6, Wayne Clark 7, all the way up until he is the team deemed to be the victor, whatever time, on the night of the 12th. And we're going to be saying, Wasp Clark.
You
The
respect
anchor
that?
holds,
You respect
because
that?
Tobago is we, and we choosing who? Choose we. Tobago is we. We choosing who choose we. So we voting for who choose we. Thank you, Brother Nikita. You know, I listened to Brother Percy. And I looked at him. I mean, this is not his platform, his night. But I saw the generational fight for Tobago
You respect
and for
that.
Tobago politics and for Tobago autonomy. I went back in my mind to his grandmother and to his mother, and I'm pleased to see that the fight has continued in the Percy's house. But I
You
called
respect
from
that.
point,
You
mind
respect
your
that.
business. Mind your business on January 12th. Mind your business, Bonaccord Crown Point. No other candidate. matters on the ballot. Brothers and sisters, let us now welcome the guy, you know, in April, one of the candidates on the ballot was told, appear, not see appear and meet me. And when not see appeared, the one who called for his appearance cannot be found all up to now. Brothers and sisters, wave your flags. Let us welcome the MP for Tobago West, Brother Joel Sampson.
You don't have to wild up yourself.
Lambeau, Lowlands, good night. Firstly, let me extend all God's blessing for 2026 to this wonderful electoral district. Also allow me to stand on already established protocols. Tonight I'm here. My task is simple. My task is to endorse my brother, my friend, my colleague, Wayne Was Clark, the Stinger. But before I do that endorsement, I want to speak to you, the people of Lambeau Lowlands. I want to say to you, you have an opportunity to re-elect someone who has represented you, who has represented your interests and not his own. He has represented this electoral district humbly, gracefully, and with the respect, the kind of intellect that you would want from a representative. I remember sometime, a couple months ago, my phone rang. When I look, it's Was calling. Well, I was made to know his middle name is Makoni tonight, so that's why I'm going to call him from now on. And he said, he does address me. He said, big dog, you have a Hilti? I said, what kind of question you going to ask me? So I'm a plumber, I must have a Hilti. He said, come and meet me in Manoka, we drive. And I proceeded to reach him there. When we went, there was a senior citizen affected by a drain that was built. She had some pipes come into that drain that will run off the storm water, and it was blocked. So every time the rain would fall, her yard would be flooded. So he said, big dog, I am the boss today, you working with me. And we started to work. At the end of the job, it was very hard, it was tiring. But I looked at his face, and I looked at the senior citizen face, and I saw the smile, I saw the relief on her face, and I said to myself, that is representative. That is the kind of representative that we have in the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that.
That is the kind of representative that we want to continue for the next 4 years. So on the 12th of January, the first thing I want all to do when all wake up is just pray to the Almighty God. That is the first thing, because that is the only God we know. Wayne is the true meaning of a humble servant leader. He will go above and beyond for his constituents. He will go above and beyond for the space you call Tobago. He will dip into his pocket, his personal resources, and get it done. He would not wait on a division all the time. And that is the kind of representative we deserve, and that is the kind of representative we will continue to have going forward. Because you don't want a representative that is here for personal gain and seeking his own interests, but one that seeks the community's interests, one that seeks the interests of the persons that he represents. It could be Boxing Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, his birthday. You call on Was, he will be there to assist you, to meet you at your point of need. So Lambeau Lowlands, come the 12th of January, there is one choice. There is not 2 or 3. When you go on the paper, the anchor will be so big that watch now, you could take your time, and whenever you stamp is the anchor you're dropping by. You're dropping next to Wayne Was Clark. Because according to the chairperson, he still had his sting in the tail. The sting is there, and he will continue to sting them. He going to sting them now, he going to sting them next week, and he going to sting them forever. because that is the representation that we are going to select in this Lambeau Lowlands district. So people of Lambeau Lowlands, you don't have to worry. You don't have to have any fear about the representation that you will get. Because as the song says, Lambeau Lowlands, take it easy, Was will do the work. You don't have to wild up yourself. You don't have to wild up yourself. So before I leave the stage, I want to endorse my brother, the one that will continue to lead us in this electoral district, the one that will continue to be part of an excellent team as we continue to build out the greatest little island on the planet. So I want you to get up from your seats, come forward, wave your flag, make noise, blow your horn as I welcome to the stage, Wayne West Clark, the Stinger.
Take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to wind up yourself. You don't have to wind up yourself. Oh, she said, take it easy, I will do the work. Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned.
Lowlands, good night.
Everywhere is war.
Lowlands, good night. Lambeau, Lowlands, good night. Canby, good night. Canaan, good night. Canoe Bay, good night. Signan Hill, good night. Brothers and sisters, a pleasant good night. Allow me to stand on the already observed protocols. But when you see your employee, all the protocol that's standing on, make sure and separate the boss, Farley, Chavez, Augustine.
You respect that?
Special good night. Our political leader, our deputy political leaders, the chairman, the executive, but most importantly, the people that assemble here tonight, the people who have signaled their intention to put Tobago on that path to success. A pleasant good night to you. Oh wait, you know me, you know how to take off my hat so quick. I want to start tonight by talking to you, clearing up some things. I tell you that night, I couldn't deal with everything one time. So I'm going to deal with two more aspects of the lies that they tried to spread when they was in Lambeau. They talk about the Lowland Garden Committee and alleging that I scrap it. Brothers and sisters, how can you scrap something when over the past 4 years you'd have spent over $1.4 million assisting the athletes of Tobago and the athletic organization, the sporting organization? How could you scrap something when you're investing so heavily in it? But it's just like them to talk all kind of things that don't exist. You know what has happened to you when you start to talk things that ain't real and that ain't exist. But me are coming up here and say nobody does take nothing to let it be different. They talk again about we scrapping everything. Brothers and sisters, sometimes if something is not properly built, you simply have to scrap it and choose the Tobago People's Party, rebuild it and rebuild it worthy of Tobago.
You respect that? You respect that?
So if we had to scrap to make it good again, then we got scrap. They talk about, I want to tell you about the faith-based organization and to show you how this party is a party of inclusion. We recognize everybody regardless of your religious beliefs. We would have lent support to, because by and large, Tobago is largely dominated by the Christian community. We supported them. But we also supported the Hindus. It's evident up at Signan Hill. We also support the Muslims just next door. And we will support anybody regardless of your belief, because we live in a country that you have a right to believe what you want to believe, just like how each and every one of you tonight believe that we're going to be victorious on the 12th of January. And that is your right, and that will prove to be the truth. Come January 12th, we're going to lead Tobago down a victorious path. Come January 12th, we're going to stand up and indicate that this is the party that's going to take us to success. Come January 12th, and we're going to signal by voting for the Tobago People's Party that Tobago need to rise up on the top and be one of them A-class nations. Brothers and sisters, we appear to be on the home stretch. We have one more week to go. Let it be 1 week of focus. Let it be 1 week of continuing to spread the gospel of the Tobago People's Party. Let it be 1 week of keeping our eyes on the prize. Because there are some people going around and trying to distract you. But there's only one kind of people that's trying to distract you with lies. But when they try to distract you with lies, the Tobago People's Party will attract you with truth, with focus, and on January 12th with success. I want to spend a little time to tell you that we have a situation before us that I can't stop saying it every night I come on the platform. I will talk about it. It ain't easy when you inherit a debt of just under $1 billion. And we know it takes the Tobago House of Assembly from the allocation we get over 4 years to amass $1 billion. Even if we get all the money we get every year, it will still take 4 years to pay it out and more. What the Chief Secretary has done, and I want you to wave your flag for the Chief Secretary. The Chief Secretary said we're going to pay, but let we pay as we identify this work was done, this work was completed, and this work is accepted. And when that starts, when he sent the auditors around, he have some people who started to act up in a particular way. But it's only who are cocoa in the sun does get on like that. And they've been revealing themselves one by one by one. Because I know if a man build a wall for you and the wall just about the height of your waist and the wall fall down, he ain't fit to build nothing again. But that particular builder, it have a man who used to be from Lambeau. I got use his surname to show that builder where he's supposed to be. That builder supposed to be in a pit. That is what that builder should be. Because it can't be that you say you is Tobagonian and you're doing Tobago all that injustice. When you rob Tobago, you rob yourself. Tobago can't be we when you're trying to joke out the eyes of the treasury that will feed you and sustain you. Tobago can't be we when you want to rise on dishonesty. Tobago can't be we. Tobago is we when you decide to come out and work hard and work honestly for the Tobago that I know, the Tobago that I love, the Tobago that you are a part of. We have to get some honesty in us, and we have to be honest to the Tobago cause. Because nothing else ain't going to get us where we want to be. It's hard work. It's hard work. You can't go from the bottom to the top by breezing. It's on the top you just get breeze. You can't get breeze down below. You ever see a tree root get breeze? No. And if Tobago is not where it's supposed to be, then we have to rise where we could feel that cool breeze of success. And that's all the way to the top. With the Tobago People's Party, I guarantee you that you're going to feel that breeze. I guarantee you that that breeze will blow on you. I guarantee you that you will be refreshed by that breeze at the top, that breeze of success. I want you to know tonight that sometimes 7 days could seem like 7 years. 1 week could seem like a lifetime. And when you're under attack, that 1 week could seem like a lifetime and even enough to enjoy it. But we know where we're heading. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing. And we know we are part of the Tobago People's Party that will take us to victory and will make us proud come January the 12th. We ain't turning back. You know, when you change leadership, there are times you just ask yourself some question. And even from the days of the Bible, it was evident that when you make that step, you just be second guessing yourself. When Moses tell the people are going up there and converse with God and come back, when he come back, they make a calf out of gold and say that is with God. Sometimes we are guilty of doing the same thing. We had a red calf for 21 years, and we telling you that that calf is an imitation. We're going to change that calf for an anchor come January the 12th, and no more red calf. It's blue anchor now.
You respect that? You respect that?
Sometimes God work in a mysterious way. He does raise up people in the strangest places to go and rule at the top. Some years ago, some people might have laughed, but you know, Farley foot defined. Farley was real small. The jacket was long down by his knee. But what he did was tell Mr. London, I'm coming for your work. And he delivered on that. He come and he take the work, and he doing the work better than anybody who was there before. So don't underrate when somebody tell you, I'm coming for your thing. So don't underrate and don't watch it as small talk. When we tell you the Tobago People's Party is going to roll over all that's in front of us come January the 12th. We already come for the work. We already sign up for the work. We want to continue doing the work, and we will get the work done. I want to address another thing tonight. They're talking about we going and close CPEP. Every time they're going and lose, they just find some kind of funny thing to come up with. They just make up their own story. It's a set of people who, well, you know, me I know the big word on them, but what they just call the thing when you got to rehabilitate in one of them drug centers and you seen thing that end there? Thank you. My brother say hallucinate. Is that just be doing every time an election come around and they see the end? But they could do what they want. They could say what they want. Tobago people eyes open. They take a road, the Tobago People's Party, and I could tell you they're not turning back. They ain't turning back. This time they're playing for keeps. They talk that we got close CPEP. You tell me if it makes sense. If I go in and shut you down and raising your pay, it's them was running CPEP and URP, the way how they was doing it, it was worthy of being shut down. Because you can't give somebody $79 a day and expect them to live and raise a family on that.
You respect that? You respect that?
But what happened? The Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine arrived. And one of the first things he did was say, that you can't live on $79 a day. Give it a chance. We got to carry it up to where it should be. But for now, we got to take it to $150. It's nearly double what you're accustomed to. Don't play with the People's Party, the Tobago People's Party. And I don't know if you was tuning in last night. If you was listening to the presentation of the blueprint, we got to keep raising that salary until you have a decent living wage. And in near future, the very near future, you're going to be walking away every month with a minimum wage of $5,500. Is that the promise of a party who will close down a project? We ain't closing down no project. Tell them the only thing we closing down is Balizé House. It's not the CPEP. It's not URP. It's Balizé House we got closed down come January the 12th. They closed them down in Trinidad already. And all the money that we know we need to make Tobago get to the place that it needs to get, We need big dollars. And me am making no apology to say Penny can't help we. Because he really can't help we. We need dollars. We need big dollars if we had to get flyover. Penny can't build flyover. If we had to get deep water harbor, Penny can't build that. It's dollars we want. If we had to get all the modern things and all the good things that Tobago could look like a first-class place, we can't do it with Penny. So we don't want to know what you have with your penny. All Penny does do is make noise in your pocket and you have no value. We want things that have value. We had to raise Tobago to a place where Tobago look attractive and Tobago has value. Clearly, we can't have the value we want with coins knocking in your pocket. No, it's dollars we want. It's dollars we have to get. Tobago have big plans, and to achieve big plans, you need big money. So go back with your penny. They have a way of accusing you of all the things that they are accustomed doing. You remember some years when they're talking about people from Trinidad coming up, and every time we have election in Tobago, they used to accuse certain parties of bringing up people from Trinidad. I wonder who doing it now. Everybody from here, I check. When all the things I stand up behind there and check in, I check everybody who come in here, and everybody who come in here is a legitimate citizen of the island of Tobago and a supporter of the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that? You respect that?
So we don't care who they bring. If you go by the vendor over there, not one thing a penny could buy. So they can't go by the vendor. You can't go to do nothing with that kind of money. So let we leave it alone and forget once and for all that we don't have any person in Tobago that does save coins. So Penny, kindly go back to Port of Spain in your Balize house that's collapsing because you have no value to Tobago and the people of Tobago.
You respect that? You respect that?
And I want to tell you again that I hold no apologies for why I say if something can't help you, it can't help you. I don't care who vex. Who vex, they lost. And if they ain't lost now, they're going to lose January the 12th when the Tobago People's Party roll to victory.
PNM nothing.
Who in Canaan? Who in Bonaccord, Kong Point? Vex, they could lose. But Nikita Percy right down by the airport. And when they come up, he could just tell them you have no value to Tobago. Take the return flight. Nikita Percy is going to do us proud and win that seat in Bonaccord, Crown Point. I have every confidence that he will do that. I want to tell you something again as a candidate, as a representative. You have to understand that sometimes you have to lead from the front. You have to understand that sometimes when there ain't no money available, you got to make your money available. You got to understand sometimes when the resources are not there, you got to create the resources. You got to get creative. And Tobago people over the years has been very creative.
You respect that?
Tobago people are known for crafting a way. Tobago people is known for being hardworking, very skillful, very brave. All the things that they tell you about Tobago, how come they doesn't tell you about Sandy the slave? They ain't telling you about that because that was a story which somebody stood up against the system. How come they want to tell you? But I got to tell you about the Tobago People's Party led by Farley Chavez Augustine, who tell Orville London are taking your work. He take me work. And last night he tell you that we have a development plan that will take us to 2040 and beyond. And I believe him. And I know if you believe, wave your flag. Because Farley Chavez Augustine, when he talk, he mean business.
You respect that. You respect that.
Never in the history of Tobago we have seen leadership like that. It's just like if there was running a relay and Robinson said, take the baton and go to the finish line. Because sometimes when you start a race, people have to understand that your purpose was to run the first leg. When you reach that place, you have to hand off the baton, else everybody gonna get disqualified. We had a situation where just recently somebody hand off, they drop, and they throw away the baton and say we ain't running again. But Farley Chavez Augustine already had the baton in his hand. He was so swift, he took the baton without them realizing it.
You respect that.
Yes, and he going and he ain't turning back. We have a leader that we have to be proud of. We have representatives. We have candidates that we have to be 100% proud of. Because it ain't easy. I'm telling you, growth is a thing that sometimes you start from nothing. You watch some big, big plant and to think that it starts from a little seed. Let me take you back a little. When this movement of change just started, we started under the PDP. And I could tell you that the only three surviving people here today who started with the PDP is Farley Chavez Augustine, Dr. Faith. Who is the next person? Yes, it's me.
You respect that. You respect that. You respect that.
And you know they say all kind of things about me. But look me here standing today.
You respect
look me
that.
here standing tall. And they say, if you try first and it ain't happen, try again. A man never fail. He only fail if he give up trying. And I never stop trying. And look now, I'm winning. And I go win again. And the Tobago People's Party go win again. They go win every time. Because we is about Tobago and Tobago business. If you put Tobago, you go win. Trust me. And let me tell you, representation don't need no qualification. Let them talk about what they want to talk about. When we have people that are going to show up every time, that is representation. When you have people who are going to put themselves on the line for Tobago and the people of Tobago, that is what you need. We don't want the faint-hearted because this is a race and this is a contest for the faint-hearted. This is for people who are ready to stand up to the challenge, who are ready to stand up to anything that is before us. And on January 6th, on December 6th, in 2021, we would have swept away somebody, a certain color, just like a piece of paper. And like they didn't understand, they lose. You know, sometimes when you're boxing and a man cuff you and knock you out, you just get up and run in again. Well, they get up and they run in again, and we go cuff them down again. We go beat them all the way to the polls because I'm telling you, they're running in now because they don't understand that they're on the ground. When you're on the canvas, the only thing you don't see is the man over your counting. And they count already, they count to 14. And the one that they get, well, say, well, it's only one because you one fall down. But come January 12th, it wouldn't be so fortunate for them. You ain't had no one to count. We ain't going to bed with 15-0 and get up with 14-1. We going to watch the ballot box throughout the night. And when we declare 15-0, 15-0 it shall be. Ain't no more changing nothing overnight. These people have a way that has changed things in the middle of the night. But if they think they're going to go in the dark to do anything, we have Whitey. He going to shine some light in the darkest place. They ain't changing nothing in the middle of the night again. This, brothers and sisters, is not an easy fight. I continue to say it because we need to get it in our system that this is not going to be easy. You're dealing with an enemy who will not roll over even though they look half dead. We have to make sure that they're fully dead come January 12th. They have a way of thinking that they could rebound. But you have no rebound here after January 12th. After January 12th, they will not even be approaching a poll or the powers, the corridor of power until 2030. And by that time, the generation that will be emerging with no anything about no red people, all they're going to know about is a T, a P, and a P, the Tobago People's Party. That's the doctrine we have to teach. That's the doctrine that Tobago has to go by from here on in. So I want all of you to understand that as much as I have a part to play, you have a part to play too. I don't want you to underrate the part you have to play because your part is the most important part. Everybody could say what they want, do what they want, and if you're not interested on that day to go and put the finger, then you would have failed. But I know that these people sitting here tonight don't have failure in the system. These people sitting here tonight are prepared to get up and go out to the polls and vote for the Tobago People's Party because these people are going to be the ones that are going to look back tomorrow when history is written. Make sure and put on all your name when all you're going out there. You have somebody out there taking name. Because I want when they write the history of Tobago that your name must be in the number who voted for the Tobago People's Party and who helped liberate Tobago and make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. I want your name to be in that number. Brothers and sisters, wouldn't you like to be in that number? Come out on January 12th and you will be a part of that number. We have a situation before us that every time these people find themselves at the loser's end, they just come up and say all kind of things that just ain't truth. They're known for that. So during that 4 years, we endure email gate. Is email? Or no, is the voice note? All kind of gate. But what they didn't realize that all the gate they tried to create was painted in red. And I tell you, come January 12th, all the gate got pushed down. Tobago got to be opened up to a brand new day. And it ain't have no more red gate. It's only a blue wave. It's only a blue wave, January the 12th. I want you to understand that you have the most important duty to perform. You could campaign how much you want. If you didn't go out, you campaign in vain. You could wave how much you want. If you didn't go out, you wave in vain. But if you stand up and let your vote be counted, I assure you that you will be written in history. You will have something proud to turn around and tell your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren when the change was being engineered, when the change was being taking place. I was part of it. We don't want when your grandchildren turn around and ask you, Grandpa, you was there? You tell them, but I didn't vote, you know. You can't do that. They got vexed with you. When you ask you if you was there, you tell them, yes, I was there. I was in Crown Point and supporting the Tobago People's Party. I was in Lowlands and I was supporting the Tobago People's Party. I was in Bethel and I was supporting the Tobago People's Party. And when January the 12th come, we just put the final nail in the coffin. We went out and we voted for the Tobago People's Party. And I tell you, when you tell your grandchildren that, they're going to build that throne for you. Because they will respect what you do and they will understand that it's because of your struggle they will have the standard of living that they will enjoy at that time. Look at the blueprint. The chief secretary, listen, the chief secretary and get that on AI, you know. No, that was hard work. That was vision. All the things that was required to come up with a great document. And I said, great was that document that he read out last night. And it's going to be even greater when we start living it. Because I tell you, each and every one of you going to be proud when this thing start rolling out and we start implementing that blueprint. And it ain't no joke. It's happening. You know, sometimes when you're only accustomed to small things, you just have a problem with big things. When you're accustomed to small thing, every big thing does make you uncomfortable. But if we push out something big like 21 years of flopping and flipping, we could make anything happen. I tell you that Tobago people can once again dream big. Tobago people could dream big again, and it's because of the Tobago People's Party that we could dream again. All the time. All you're hearing about is I gotta give you this and I gotta promise you that, and we could do that, but they never do it. Since you're small, they talk about we gotta give you Tobago, go get your own carnival. But you take the Tobago People's Party to give you a carnival, and now it's one of the biggest events in the Caribbean. When people jumpy, you had to do something to match the jumpiness. It wasn't by guess we went to England, link up with these people. You know, they have a way of trying to question how we travel. But you can't stay home and bring good things home. Sometimes you got to be a way to help those here. It requires that sometimes if you need to get to goal, you need to go where the goal is. Sometimes the goal doesn't be home. And we went out to England, and in under 1 year, that whole event materialized and come to a reality. The Dutch diving in Charlottesville. Look what a big event that turned out to be. And here now, if ESPN see value in it, ESPN, well, they asked me if they could take it over. I said one thing all you have to move from all your name is the P and the N. We ain't going forward with them letters at all. We went again. And look, you could swing off by Canoe Bay. And you could get to the airport in 2-3 minutes. Whether it was ever possible in Tobago. But it's a possibility now. So I'm telling you right before your eyes, you're seeing signs of greatness. You're seeing signs of a better day. You're seeing things that you never see before. And those things are being seen only through the eyes of the Tobago People's Party.
You go learn.
We have something that we could be proud of. You know, sometimes, me and no preacher, I hardly go Sunday school. I used to go when he get outing. But you know what? Even if you go when you only get outing, you're still here. You know, sometimes something being preached constantly, even if you ain't paying attention, when you keep hearing it over and over, you're going to start to listen. And I could tell you that change we've been hearing all the time. But change only materialized through the Tobago People's Party. And we're hearing it before, we're hearing it now, but we're living it now. So we could say proudly that Tobago has turned from no progress to a path of plenty progress. The Tobago People's Party is progress that Tobago needs. And Tobago is presently having.
You go learn.
We go up in the back of Smithfield. Where you ever hear Bridge and Road make in a month? Bridge and Road make in a month. And they criticize it, but they're driving through there. If it ain't good, where you going there for? They try to criticize the carnival, but when I was in Comfort in the night, who I could see, me ain't even calling the name, the man would have pee up on the couch when he lose. Say he whining and comforting. All of them was there jumping up because all of them know a good product when they see it. So why they don't just step aside January the 12th and allow the blue product to take over Tobago? Because like it or not, that is with future. Tobago is blue and Tobago will stay blue forever. Tobago blue. Tobago will stay blue. All the things we did, they tried to discredit everything. They tried to discredit the carnival grew out bigger than anything they ever see. When you ever see tongue full of people, sir. Tongue full of people. I carry a baby to watch the mass. was my neighbor baby. And we sit down there in my baby, my tube tie off long time. But I carry a child to see the mass. And the child could barely talk. But when the child see people passing, he said, Uncle, they ain't got done. Look size of band.
You respect that.
Yeah, no, me and all never see big bands yet. Tobago know anything about band with 3,000 and 5,000 people? The carnival that we are accustomed to used to be, if you get 200, is a big band. But gone are them days. We have big band now for 3,000, 5,000, and sometimes we stop count. When you watch out some of the activities that we've been having on the island, it ain't gonna happen overnight. Everything can happen at once, but we've seen enough to know that we are making progress. We are making progress. And if you're making progress, you need to be allowed to continue that progress.
You respect that. You respect
in
that.
no uncertain terms, you are telling us that you will allow us on January 12th to continue for our next term, because one good term deserves another. So even as I looking to wrap up, because Dr. Faith tell me she had to go barbecue. It's always some kind of thing when I talking, they had to go somewhere, she had to go barbecue. Miss Sertica said she had to go in some moonlight thing. Rain falling here, no moonlight, man. I don't know, every time I up here is some kind of excuse. The only person that tell me them ain't have nowhere to go is you, the wonderful audience, Megan Morrison, Darren Henry, Nutsy, and Percy, and my partner there. Them ain't have nowhere to go. So Dr. Faith, you go in your barbecue. And Sertica, you go in your moonlight fiesta.
You respect that. You respect that.
But as I'm about to leave, let me tell you, don't underrate the value of what is happening in Tobago now. Let's take it for what it is. This is a total shift. This is a movement that came from nothing to plenty thing. This is a movement that was started. A lot of people didn't believe a day like today could have come. A lot of people couldn't believe that come election, the winner's going to be anything but red. But a lot of people are made believers now that the only thing Tobago want, the only thing Tobago going to see, and the only thing that's going to be leading Tobago is just blue, blue, blue. Let me give you one last thing. When we just started this movement, I'm not sure you saw a screening. People didn't want to come with me. There wasn't believers at the time. But I could tell you that Dr. Faith, give she a round of applause. She persevered and she is here to today. Because sometimes the people who start the journey are never the ones who could finish it. But Dr. Faith, you stayed the course of time, and you are here today to see and embrace victory. Even you will have victory in your constituency.
You respect
Farley
that.
Chavez Augustine started the journey also, and he is here today to be leading the team and leading Tobago with dignity. I started the journey, and I could tell you, it's only when you come out of something and you're in shame and you're proud of your journey, you could talk about it and laugh. It's like when a man get horn. If you could make joke about your horn, you're over it. You get over. And I could tell you, the first time we went, things wasn't so bright because it was the hardest campaign we ever had, because it was the beginning of trying to convince people that there is a new way, and we are encouraging you to accompany us along that way. It was difficult. It didn't work out the way we thought it would. It worked out to 10-2. But I tell you, if you start with none and you have two, you win. And we keep working. Come January 2021, that two increased to 6. And that is when people start to believe that this was possible. They believe so rapid, they believe so quick that December the same year, we come from 10-2, 6-6, 14-1, and they believe in again. So come January the 12th, he go to 15-0, and if they try to create more seed, whatever they create, it gonna be we own.
Nothing.
So believe what you want. Sometimes God does work in a mysterious way. He does raise up a man in the field to govern in the kingdom. He does do things in a way we can't understand. When he tell the people to dig hole and dig ditches and whatever, they didn't know where the water was coming from. But they obey. It's the same way we've been telling you from 2017 to now. Let us prepare ourselves because a brighter day is coming. And right before your eyes, those days has arrived. And the Tobago People's Party is going to take us to that promised land. It will. Suffer it to be so. Not all who start the journey going to end it. Because when you go back now and you watch your history and you watch the journey where the children of Israel make, is no way under normal condition. That could have taken 40 years. But there was a purpose for that 40 years because some people who started the journey was never going to finish it, and there were new ones had to come up along the way. New ones came up in the Tobago People's Party. New ones like Darren Henry came up in the Tobago People's Party, and they're going to help lead us to that great destination. New ones like Megan Morrison came up in the Tobago People's Party, and she's going to pave the way by winning that seat again. New ones like Nikita Percy, who came up in the Tobago People's Party, and they will help engineer the way. I don't know what problem they have with Nikita talking about locks. The man had locks, he had locks. The law said that we could wear we hair how we wanted. But I tell you, he going to lose it out on January the 12th, and he going to shake it in somebody's face, and they ain't going to go in front of him again. Listen, Tobago, our date with destiny is January the 12th. And the mission is simple. You know, when you're watching Mission Impossible, let us play a kind of thing and say, do this and do that and do that, and then the thing will self-destruct. Well, we already get the instruction. We already know the mission. And we already seen the destruction of the Red Army. So it's just to go now, January 12th, dip your finger, complete your mission, and come back and report to the people at Tobago that we are prepared to fulfill that mandate. We are prepared to put into action that blueprint. And we're going to ensure that the things of that blueprint come a reality. We have to do it. There is no choice. We have to go out and do it. And to get it done requires some things. Because I could tell you, you don't have much times in the Bible you bounce up the word easy, so take that out of your vocabulary. That ain't going to happen if we are to build a better Tobago. It ain't easy, but we're going to make it possible.
You respect that.
The Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Augustine, coming from Speyside, who will declare the first seat for us come January the 12th, because he know it ain't easy and he was up to the challenge from day one. Come down to Delaford. Orlando Kerr going to deliver us because he know it ain't easy, but he is up to the task. And you come down the road to Dr. Faith. She know it ain't easy, but I assure you that she is up to the task. And you come down the road to Megan. That is why I say, sit down and relax yourself, because from January 13th is work for you, is work because you're going to win the seat and you're going to make me proud. And when you come down to Bagatelle, they could call it North, South, Bagatelle, East, Mason, all West. All I know is Natisha Charles Pantin gonna win that seat, and she gonna do the work to make us proud. You got to Scarborough, Mount Grace. Trevor does walk slow, he does talk slow, he does build slow, but he does well build. And Trevor gonna build, help us build a better Tobago. Trevor will win that seat, and Trevor will retain his position. And you come around, you go up the road, even though it's dark. Every dark night deserve a spark. And the darkness of Mason Hall deserve the spark of Whitey. Because Whitey gonna make light come in that place. And Whitey gonna deliver Mason Hall, Moriah. And they could call it North, South, East, or West. Whatever it is, Whitey is the best, and Whitey gonna win. Lekito, Bethesda. I was going on say that, you know. Zorisha, you just watch the picture with the nanny. Was that woman does be stepping. All Zorisha stepping. Look how she step and take education in Tobago till we are about to get with Tobago's centric curriculum. Zorisha Hackett gonna bring that Bethesda Lekito for us. And when you come around, look at Kern Alexis in Plymouth Blackrock. Kern Alexis gonna make us proud. Kern Alexis is prepared to do the job. And me, you know who tell them is the only thing I disagree with the chief secretary for. I live Lambeau down below. He put big Tate up on top. When your window roll down on me, I have all confidence that Tate gonna win that seat and come trampling down the hill. And you go to Bethel New Grange. I don't know what about this man, but there is something special, you know. As a coach, when you see a man take one touch of a ball, you say, no, that man good. I see Darren Henry make one speech. I said, that boy good. That boy so good. He good for the win. And we backing Darren Henry. Yes, we backing Darren. And here now, when I was leaving here for last, because I have a reason why I'm putting him down there. When we come wrong, how you call the seat them that missing now? When we go by Buku, well, I can't say enough about Buku. Here now, Keegan Denoon going to rewrite history.
You respect that? You respect
Keegan Denoon will rewrite history. Keegan Denoon, I tell him, Keegan, when you're going to the polls and they're going and release the result, walk with a blanket, walk with sponge, because they have a leader. When he lose, his bladder does get weak and he does pee. Keegan go bring that seat home for it, and he could pee how much he want. Let you understand, he lose to the P, so he could pee when he lose.
You respect that? You respect that?
And we got to Bonaccord Kong Point. I don't tell you already, he got shaky locks on them. But more than that, he prepared to do the work. He prepared to represent us with distinction. There is no other fitting candidate to come out on top in Bonaccord Crown Point than Nikita Percy.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect
For years, I hear they calling him Bounty. I go home and turn on the TV, and for some reason I see they showing a picture named Bounty Hunter, because he does go out and hunt them who doing evil, hunt them who doing wrong. And I'm sure that he go hunt them down in Bonaccord Crown Point and bring home that seat for the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that?
I'm going up the road now. Lambeau Lowlands. Say what you want. I come in as an unknown. I live in as an unknown. But I tell you now, when they watch at me and ask how you living, you just say, I living better than them, because I stand proud on the Tobago People's Party ticket. And I know that I am going to work and work and work for the people at Tobago. I have no other intention. I have no other motive than to do the work and to do the work properly.
nothing.
I am ashamed to say I didn't know much when I enter, but I'm inside. And I'm going to stay inside, and I'm going to continue working, and I'm going to continue growing, I'm going to continue serving, I'm going to continue making the people of Lambeau Lowlands very proud. And what we have now, one more. I don't talk about Charlottesville already. We're going by whim. And here now, when you talk about whim, we sit down and we think long and hard. Who is the best person for this battle? Why? We watch all kind of people. If you see people, all you ever see get screening and so much of people coming to go. When people smell blood, the numbers does increase. You know? We watch wrong and say, look, I, as a chief, allow me to get input here. I watch the candidate them, and I used to watch wrestling. You remember Rhea Poland? Yes, I watch Ricky with a short neck. And Ricky is the man who got booty way to victory. Come January the 12th, he got boot Kelvin out of existence. He got boot sense into Kelvin. And Ricky gonna booty way into the Tobago House of Assembly. Ricky Joe Field is the man who gonna take that seat home once and for all. And there you have it, brothers and sisters. A full slate of candidates who they are very aware of the task ahead. And Tate, you could watch me how much you want over there. When you're celebrating, don't roll down on me in Lambeau. When you watch this slate of candidates we have, I assure you that they are the best on show. I assure you that they are the people who are prepared to fight for you. They are the people who are prepared to give blood, sweat, and tears for a better Tobago. Who better to put to run that Tobago House of Assembly than the Tobago People's Party? Put them one time, you like what you see. Put them on next time, you're sure you're going to be satisfied. And you're going to put them again and again and again because there is none to compare. Tobago People's Party stand head and shoulders above the rest. The Tobago People's Party going to give us the victory come January 12th. As I am about to leave this stage, if you believe, wave your flag for the Tobago People's Party. If you believe we're going to win, give the Tobago People's Party a big wave. If you believe that Tobago is in a better place, wave your flag. If you believe that Tobago is on the road to prosperity, wave your flag. Because I tell you, come January 12th, we're voting, we're waving, we're winning, and we're going to be succeeding. I want you to have a good night. As I make my exit, I will do the honors of bringing in the person second in command. Dr. Faith, I got to tell you something. Dr. Faith said she going to the barbecue. She going to the barbecue. I let this joke I was making to see if you're paying attention. He have a man here. I got to tell you that man, they say, is Stone Tower. You see the kind of people we bring in? Yes, because if they think they're hard, we have stone to pelt them out of office. It's either they come out or we pelt them out. So I'm bringing you there now. Brother Stone Tower, Mikey Towers. Have a blessed night. Take care.
Wayne Clark.
Good night.
Be careful around
TPP.
What?
Who we see? Hey.
Lambeau Lowlands say we done setty. Tobago we done setty, yeah. The blue wave we done setty. Faith and works, yes, we move with God. 60,000 strong the reward.
Boost the code and we move with God. We don't want no harvest fraud. We moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new pool. TPP people, how are you feeling? They said January the 12th will be the big blue wave. Tobago will be covered with the blue wave. Who say yeah? Run it. Wayne Clark. Man, have to be careful about all the shots. Mother Bernie. Blessed good night. Lambeau, Lowlands, said they done setty. Tobago, we done setty, yeah. The blue wave, we done setty, yeah. Listen, faith and works, yes, we move with God. 60,000 strong the reward. Blue is the code and we move with God. We don't want no harvest fraud. We moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Brave and bold. Tell them the anchor hole. Yes, we moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Brave and we don't want no harvest fraud. Lambeau said they want integrity. Lambeau said they want longevity. Wayne was Clark until infinity. Divinity, infinity. Wayne was Clark is you we trust. The people them say you're well humorous. Well grounded, diligent, man humble, eloquent. Sing! Voting and we voting and we voting Wayne Clark. Voting and we voting and we voting Wayne Clark. Where me flag? I ain't got me flag. Where me flag? Where me flag? Blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Wave and bold. Tell them the anchor hole. Yes, we moving with the blue wave. Wayne was Clark as the new age. Tell them we moving with the blue wave. Move with God. We don't want no harvest God. When you put your exercise to the anchor, when you got to vote, we vote the anchor. Blue will things we must remember. Lambeau, Lowlands. Lambeau, Lowlands, say we done setty. Tobago, we done setty, yeah. The blue wave, we done setty, yeah. Faith and works, yes, we move with God. 60,000 strong the reward. Take a blue bath and we move with God. We don't want no harvest fraud. We moving with the blue wave. Hey! God down blue, yeah. Blue. Everything blue. Blue. Yes, we gonna paint the town blue, yeah. Blue. Thank you, baby. Blue wave, Lowlands. Who say more tune? Who say blue wave? Who said January the 12th TPP Tobago is?
You respect that?
Run it. Tobago People's Party. Come rally round the blue. The rest is history. Tobago. Let me see the flag on there. Let me see the flag waving. Hey! The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. Beyond control, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold. Listen, Tobago, this is my land, the greatest little island on the planet. Understand it, real historic, yeah. Let's hold our meditation. Together we could stand strong, side by side, family by family, village by village, yeah. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control, say, oh yeah. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control, say, oh yeah. Let me see Tobago People's Party. Tobago family, the anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. Beyond control, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold. Listen. Blue, say God loves you, yeah. TPP is here for true, yeah. Red will make you pee your bed. Too much crime and violence. We don't want no bloodshed. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control, say, oh yeah. Blue is the code, step on the road, take control, say, oh yeah. Tobago People's Party, TPP. Hey, blue is the code when we step on the road. Let me see the blue. Blue is the code when we step on the road. Blue is the code. Time to take control. Hey. Lambeau, Lowlands. The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold, yeah. Tell them the anchor hold, yeah. The anchor hold. I love all your band. I want to see everybody here on January the 12th. Put the X by the anchor. Love you.
It's Juve. On top of Juve. It's a nasty
Let me
thing.
see you, Lambeau,
This is a
Lowlands.
nasty thing.
What you
All
gonna
your
be
stuff.
doing on January
Cut the
12th?
traffic. Let me turn mud into magic.
Let me see
Turn
you.
the iron into music.
January 12th.
To tonic. Cause all of them go jumpy
Don't be
with me.
ashamed.
Do devil and drop Malassie.
Because
Today
you
they
want
go
to
say
be
we nasty. Why? I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil rub it all over.
January
Let me
12th.
get money together. I come out to
The
dirty my
anchor.
finger. I'm ready to dirty
The
my
anchor
finger.
hold.
Chop chop come from up Grenada. So let me
Yes.
get dirty together. Don't afraid to go down low, go down low.
Brothers and sisters, Lambeau Lowlands in particular, you have heard from your candidate, Wayne Was Clark. There is no other candidate on the ballot that matters. Wayne Clark. And being C, his name may be the first name on the ballot. Maybe. So if his name is the first name on the ballot, it means that the first symbol will be the anchor. You go no further. You place your X in the space next to the anchor. Make sure it holds. Make sure the X holds.
You respect that? You respect that?
Brothers and sisters, we have a few more days. From tonight until 6 p.m. on January 12th, we ain't playing for
You
slips.
respect that? You respect
We are
that?
staying focused as a people.
PNM nothing.
PNM nothing.
You respect
Nothing.
that? You respect that? You respect that?
Let us protect our party. Let us protect our political leader. Let us protect all the executive members of our party. Let us protect all 15 candidates. We are to protect them. All of them. Let us stay focused. We're not getting involved in the basa-basa. We're not getting involved in the yap-yap. We are people on a mission, are people who will stay focused, are people who know, we know what we are about. We know that we are for Tobago. We know that Tobago is we. We know that Tobago business is our business. We're not running off and leave Tobago behind. Let us mind our business. Who else is on the wayside? That is not our business. Our business is to stay focused. Our business is to ensure that the message of the Tobago People's Party, you all were privy to the blueprint last night. Tobago cannot lose the blueprint. We ain't want no KFC deal. None. No KFC deal. We don't want that. We know our pathway to making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.
You respect
We're
that?
not
You respect
losing
that?
that vision as a people. We are staying on a clear path. This ship is led by a true captain, the Honorable Fali Chavez Agustin. A true captain. You know, my mother used to say, when the ship hits the rock, nobody does ask the cook a question. They always ask the captain the questions. And this has been a ship led by the best captain there can be.
You respect that?
Fali Chavez Agustin, a solid captain, one who protects his crew, one who has given his life for Tobago and will continue to give for Tobago. So brothers and sisters, tomorrow night, 1 week left And it's pace from tomorrow night. Pace. Put on all your sneakers. Get yourself together. Get your ankles in place. Those with knee problems, fix your knee. Strap it up. It's pace from tomorrow night until the 11th, well, until 6 p.m. on January 12th. Tomorrow night, first meeting, 6 p.m., Mount Pleasant, Roberts Trace, opposite Annette and Richard Alfred's home. Everybody knows where the JP lives. So we're going to support the candidate for Buku Mount Pleasant, Keegan Dinoon. So we're starting at 6 p.m. No straggling, no stragglers at 6 p.m. And 7:30, we heading down Silk Cotton Trace, Lava Ground. We're going down in our numbers. We're rolling from Mount Pleasant into Bonaccord Crown Point. We're going down in the ends on the west in support of Nikita Raymond Percy. Full government name. Brothers and sisters, so it's pace from tomorrow night. 2 meetings every night. We're rolling. Get your vitamins, drink your water, stay hydrated, get the ankle bands, get the knee bands. But we're going because this movement will continue. The blue wave is moving across Tobago. So we understand everything. This weekend we good. Brothers and sisters, let me bring our final speaker to the stage tonight. Let us welcome one of the deputy political leaders of the Tobago People's Party, who is also the deputy chief secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. Let's welcome Dr. Faith Brebner.
We stand together side by side, same struggle, same fight, with one community, one plan, doing the work hand in hand. We stand together with Dr. Faith. Oh, our development just can't wait. It's we community, whoa. We know Tobago is we know the road we walk is long. Some days weak, some days strong. Nobody high, nobody small. Every voice matter, every call. We stand together side by side. Whoa. Same struggle, same fight. Whoa. One community, one plan. Whoa. Doing the work hand in hand. We stand together with Dr. Faith. Whoa. Our development just can't wait. Whoa. It's we community. Whoa. We know Tobago is we. Someone.
Good evening, TPP family. Good evening, TPP family. It is an honor, it is a pleasure, it is a privilege to stand here this evening in support of a brother that stood with us from 2017. In support of a brother who was there when we were fighting, in support of a brother who was there way back when we were in James Park, in support of Wayne Wasp Clark.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect
Lambeau, you all listened to us last night, where we launched what we call the blueprint of Tobago. And the blueprint is something that guides us to get us to the point of final construction, right? A blueprint is something that we will follow step by step to get us to the point where we could move into a house and sit down comfortable, right? That is what you are voting for. That is what you are being asked to think about carefully and ensure that you do the right thing by putting your X next to the anchor on January 12th. Now, yes, Wayne, I have barbecue to go. So we ain't gonna stay here long at all. But my brother spoke about a baton that has been passing, right? He spoke about the fact that for a period that it kind of dropped it. But the man who leads this wonderful party has picked it up. And we are here to ensure that by the end of this next term, because I am calling it into being, all of the things that 40-something years ago we were thinking about and they were begging for, and those on the other side fought against, we will accomplish that.
You respect that? You respect that?
Now, I am not going to be long, but I want to highlight one quick thing for you, which is the pathway that we will take. Because remember, the blueprint is the guide. The blueprint is what tells us what we do every week, every month, every couple months, every year to get us to that. And I promise you, you will not hear anybody on the other side speaking about this because it is something that they have actively fought against at every single step. They have actively decided that no matter what we as Tobagonians say we want and we need, they will do everything in their power to not give it to us. And that is why we have the version of the Tobago House of Assembly that we have now. Because when we said as Tobagonians many, many years ago that this is what we wanted, and we took it down to the parliament, they sat there and said, Tobagonians and deserve that. That is not what they said out loud, but that is what they thought, and that is what they meant by their actions. That Tobagonians do not deserve to understand and to act on behalf of Tobago. That Tobagonians do not deserve to say that if we want a law that governs no man's land, we should be able to do it ourselves. They do not want us to be able to say that the oil that they're talking about and the natural gases that they're talking about around Castavera and so forth, that we actually have a say in how the resources of that is spent. But the good thing, Tobago, is that in December 2021, you shifted the color of how this island was run. And we are asking you, Tobago, to keep the course with us. I spoke about last night the fact that we spent those last 4 years. I don't even think we should consider it as 4 years, if we're honest. Because it was in COVID, it was in oil spill, it was in police running in we house, it was in us being there when Trinidad evil, wicked, and so not giving we the amount of money we need. So we are taking this to the next level. The Chief Secretary yesterday spoke about 2 steps, and he gave 2 guidelines, and I want to walk us through the guidelines, and I want you all to pay attention why, and we're not doing the hypey political talk tonight, because this is education. I want you all, when they come and talk the stupidness, you're supposed to tell them all you're talking stupidness, right? So the first thing that to do to get us finally to that point is to sit down among ourselves. Because one of the things you would hear those on the other side say is that Tobago always talking about autonomy, but they don't know what they want. You ever hear they say that? They just say that all the time. Every single time we speak about this, they just come with that line. So within this next couple months, after you all elect us on January 12th, we are going to put together a group to ensure that all of the different versions of the bills, you all know that there were all kind of versions, right? And who was given 8 miles and who was given 11 miles and who was this, that, and then Orville London went wrong with a whole set of people and he sent down something on this in 2016. All of those parts, all of those versions will be put to the test to see which makes the most sense. And we may pull a little bit from this and pull a little bit from that one and pull a little bit from the other so that we have a singular document that says, Tobago is we. This is what the island wants. And we are going to be coming to you to ask you, that is really, the big word is referendum. But we come in to ask you, did you say this or did you say that? And when we come to ask you them questions, they don't turn all your back on we, because we want to hear from you all. But the first thing that we are going to do by the end of this year is, in essence, put together a bill that would change the Constitution. And I want you all to listen to me. To change the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. And the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago will be changed, in essence, to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, Tobago now has the opportunity to sit down among ourselves again and decide what kind of government we want for ourselves. And let me explain why we're doing it in two parts. We are doing it in two parts because if you put something as simple as we want 15 seats in the Constitution, it means that in 4 years or in 8 years or however ever, if Tobago now has 100,000 people versus the 60,000 people, and we decide that instead of the 15 seats we want 20, we will not need to go back to the Constitution to change it. We could make that change right here in Tobago. If we decide that we want, let us talk about upper house and lower house, and we want to have a set of senators, if we want to use that word, and we want whatever we as Tobagonians decide we want our government to look like, we would be able to change that right here. But let me explain how. So this year run out, right? 2026 run out. We have the Constitutional Amendment Act that speaks about the fact that the Tobago House of Assembly that leads the island now has the opportunity to work with Tobago to decide what this new government is going to look like. Then we will do a couple things. And the first is to have a division of legal affairs. Why you think we want that? The division of legal affairs. And I want to actually, so when you all get the document, when Monday, you're going to see the words that I'm using because it's the words that we pull out from that document to guide the process for transitioning from the current THA into the new THA. Because we don't want to make any mistakes. We want to make sure that when we are moving from this version into that version, that we had already sat down and we thought about all of the legal nitty-gritty, this and that we should take into consideration. So we will sit and create that division of legal affairs to help us work through what you say you want to put it in legalese. You understand what I'm saying? Because them lawyers have a way that you just say something simple, and when they write it, you're trying to figure out if what you write, if what you say is what they write. Yeah, so it's to help we do that. To take what you say that you want this government to look like and put it into the legalese that we could then say, yes, that is the proper thing, it will work that way. And then we need to create what is called a transitional committee. Because we're going to be doing things very different. We have never in Tobago had to make laws for ourselves. Plenty of we don't know nothing about that. We have never had to decide if we need foreign investment and we have to change the laws that relate to foreign investment, what that will require of us on the ground. Because we are going to be asking Tobagonians, and because the Tobago House of Assembly employs so many of us, you all are the ones who are going to have to shift how you think about what you do every single day. So that transitional committee is going to help us move from this version of the Tobago House of Assembly to that version. Again, we're trying our best to not to make any mistakes. You all hearing me? So we start with the Division of Legal Affairs. We go over to the Transitional Committee, and I'm explaining it to you because many of you will be called to be a part of these activities. And then we have the establishment of the Division of Government Affairs. What do you think that is? Let me think about it. That is to establish the institutional arrangements that are necessary to administer the affairs of Tobago's island government. So what, if we're calling them division, what would they need to be? You're listening. What would we need to have on the island to do the thing we are actually saying? Because we do not want a situation where we get up Monday morning, we have this new government, we're supposed to be able to do whatever the thing is, and we realize, oh my God, it didn't have nobody with that job description. Like an attorney general, for example. Exactly, very good example. So we need to make sure we have our I's dotted and our T's crossed. And these are the kinds of groups that we need to ensure that somebody sit down and think through all of these things. And by the way, we're thinking through all of these things while the government, the current Tobago House of Assembly continue working. Because we can't stop health, we can't stop education, we can't stop sports while we're thinking about this. So we need to actually have people dedicated. That is your work. Sit down and watch our health does work and make sure that when we move from this to that, health is transitioned in a meaningful way. And we also need to establish the Department of Intergovernment Affairs. What is that? We're going to now have a bigger, better Tobago House of Assembly that doing things for we in Tobago. But we have never said that we wanted to separate from Trinidad. We have never said that, at least most of us have never said that we want to separate from Trinidad. So what we need is to ensure that when we do we stuff here and they do their stuff there, it aligns. And the areas that they have to do for us, because remember, we still have national security, we still have immigration because it's the same country. We still have customs because it's the same country. But we want to make sure that when the government of Trinidad and Tobago is doing and it's making policies and so forth, it is done in alignment so that you ain't gonna have to hear nothing but that can't work in Tobago. You all hear what I'm saying? Or that will go against what we did say or we did think about in Tobago. So we want to make sure that every time a decision is made by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, it truly takes into consideration and is aligned with what we in Tobago want and need. So, this decision that you are making on January 12th, this decision is not a simple one. It's not a play thing. This decision is not one that you could, and I'm hearing it some places, Bounty must have did do you something 20 years ago. And you ain't forgive Bounty for the thing that Bounty do you 20 years ago. And you decide you are stay home because you still vex with Bounty because Bounty do you something 20 years ago. And after you stay home, somehow at the end of the night, Bounty is not your representative. Or you, or I gotta use myself, I must have did pass you straight a day. And I did wind up my car glass and I passed you straight a day. And since last year, December, when I pass you straight, you're holding that in your heart against me. You're holding that in your heart against me, and because you're holding it in your heart against me, you're not vote for them there, you know, but you're staying home. And somehow, my opponent, who does run a village council that nobody in the village know when the village council does meet, suddenly is your area representative. I am telling you this because we are also hearing it on the ground. And this is not the time to play for that kind of foolishness. Because if you do not do what you are supposed to do, you are giving them the opportunity to come back and to continue. Remember was talk about dropping the baton? I promise you they're not even dropping it. They're digging a hole and burying it. So we do not have the luxury of thinking at this point that this is the year you ain't gonna go out and vote. We do not have that luxury. So because at the end of that, after we do all of that work in 2028, we will then go back to the Tobago House of Assembly, and after we've designed the kind of government that we want, in 2028 we could say to ourselves, yes, we're ready. Yes, we're ready to transition to that kind of government because we have taken the steps and we have taken the time to think about everything that can influence that transition. So Tobago, this is a relay that honestly, I will be disappointed if we drop the baton. I will be very, very, very disappointed if you Tobagonians take this island back into the dark ages where those people had us for 21 years. I will be very, very, very disappointed, Tobagonians, if you all play for slips. This is not the time to play for slips. Now, the rest of the song that I came on to, the second part of it, and Talia, when I'm leaving, I want you to start by the second part of it where you stopped off. It speaks about the fact that we need to choose who choosing we. We need to choose who choosing we. And when you listen to what we spoke about yesterday evening, we sat there, and I know plenty of you who was there and who was on the live watching, realizing all you're saying to ourselves. So Zia and Trevor now done. And they up there talk long. And all that they were talking about were the accomplishments that this Tobago People's Party did on behalf of the people of Tobago in the 4 years where we dealt with COVID, where we dealt with oil spill, where we dealt with police running in the house, where we dealt with licensing coming up every 5 minutes. Once licensing heard we had a festival, they used to pack the bus and come to Tobago. All you remember that? All you remember that? The white shirts. All of that they spoken about. And by the way, it's because we was kind of watching them bad eye from the front where they cut off plenty of the things they were supposed to talk about. So that is not even the comprehensive list of the things that this Tobago People's Party has done for the people of Tobago. And that is why on January 12th, you have one job. No, you had two. Your first job is getting up. And yes, I stopped saying since the last election, don't brush your teeth. Please go and brush your teeth. Brush your teeth when you wake up. Brush your teeth, say a little prayer. You may not even need to eat breakfast, but find yourself in your polling station bright and early.
You respect that?
You should do like what some of the villagers in my district do. There are a couple of them who just leave home since 3 o'clock in the morning because they want to be number one. And we should have a situation that when EBC opens the door at 6 a.m., it should have 200 people line up there because all you wanted to be number one. So that is your first job. And when you go, I want you to be careful. I know during the last elections, we was getting carried away and we was talking about ramming the X and all of that, but you need to be dainty. You need to pick it up, look for the anchor, pick it up, pick up the stick, look for the anchor, and take your time. Take your time. People, take your time. Make sure you put it between the two lines carefully, 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 and vote for the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that? You respect that?
Vote for the Tobago People's Party. And when you, the 200 of you who were in the line when EBC opened their door at 6 a.m. done, your second job is to go back and make sure every single one of you bring no less than 10 people. Are you hearing me? You need to ensure that you bring no less than 10 people. Because that is the only way this vision that our forefathers had for Tobago would be realized. It is the only way we would be able to finally get to the end of that relay. It is the only way we will finally get to the point where Tobago can actually self-actualize, where we say, yes, this is what we want and that is what we're doing. So Tobago people, don't play for slips. Don't listen to the foolishness that plenty of them on the other side talking about. Don't get swayed. Don't get discouraged. Don't play for slips. Because if you choose who choosing you, the only answer on election day is the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that? You respect that?
So I encourage you, talk to somebody, particularly somebody who telling you that they kind of vexed before with one away for whatever reason. Tell them we ain't had time for that right now. We could kiss and make up after. You could come and cuss me. Cuss me. Cuss me. I got take it. But don't play for slips. Vote for the anchor because Tobago is what? Because Tobago is what?
You respect that?
Because Tobago is what? And when we vote for the Tobago People's Party, because all of us know that Tobago is we will finally realize that thing of making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.
You respect that? You respect that?
TPP family, take your time. Be careful. Keep prayed up. Keep your head down. Keep trotting on. We only have a couple days left to get to that point. So what we're doing? Voting for the anchor. Voting for the anchor. Voting for the anchor. Because what? Tobago is we. I thank you.
Know the road we walk is long. Some days weak, some days strong. Nobody high, nobody small. Every voice matter, every call. We stand together side by side. Whoa. Same struggle, same fight. Whoa. One community, one plan. Whoa. Doing the work, hand and hand. We stand together with Dr.
Thank you, Doctor.
Development just can't wait.
TPP people, thank you for coming out to the electoral district of Lambeau Lowlands. Thank you for pledging your support to the TPP's candidate for the area, Wayne Was Clark. Remember, tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Mount Pleasant, opposite the Alfred's residence. 7:30 p.m., we had Silk Cotton Trace Lava Ground for the people of the area at 7:30. On Sunday, we journey to the north side, 6 p.m. Castaro, 7:30 p.m. Moriah. Get to your home safely. It's a new year. We wish all of us to have a successful, a prosperous 2026. Get home safely. God's blessing upon you and your household. See you tomorrow evening.
I'm looking all through the